Good day, grade 9 learners. Today we are going to learn about something that happens all around us every day. pH values, acids, bases, and neutralization. Have you ever noticed that lemon juice tastes sour while soap feels slippery? That is because they are opposite substances on the pH scale. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to explain what pH is, identify acids and bases, and understand how neutralization takes place in everyday life. Let's begin with an important question. What is pH? pH is a scale used to measure how acidic or basic a substance is. You can think of it as a scientific thermometer for acids and bases. The pH scale ranges from 1 to 14. Lower numbers, closer to 1, show that a substance is strongly acidic. High numbers, closer to 14, show that a substance is strongly basic or alkaline. A pH of 7 is neutral. Water is an example of a neutral substance because it is neither acidic nor basic. The closer a substance is to 1, the stronger the acid. The closer it is to 14, the stronger the base. Now let's talk about acids. Acids usually have a low pH value, a sour taste, and can react with some metals. Examples of acids found at home include lemon juice, vinegar, and soda. Remember, you should never taste substances in the laboratory. Scientists use indicators to test substances safely. An indicator changes color to show whether a substance is an acid or a base. One common indicator is litmus paper. Blue litmus paper turns red in an acid. Red litmus paper stays red in an acid. Now let's move on to bases. Basic substances usually have a high pH value, a bitter taste, and a slippery feel like soap. Examples of bases found at home include soap, toothpaste, and some cleaning products. With indicators, the opposite happens in a base. Red litmus paper changes blue in a base. Blue litmus paper stays blue in a base. A simple way to remember this is red equals acid, blue equals base. Remember, learners, strong bases can be very dangerous, so they must always be handled carefully and safely. Indicators are like secret color codes for scientists. A neutral substance has a pH value of 7. The best example of a neutral substance is pure water. A neutral substance is neither an acid nor a base, which means it is found in the middle of the pH scale. Now let's look at indicators. Scientists use indicators to determine whether a substance is an acid, a base, or neutral. Examples of indicators include litmus paper, universal indicator, and red cabbage water. Indicators change color when they come into contact with different substances. Acids usually turn indicators red, orange, or yellow. Neutral substances turn indicators green. Bases usually turn indicators blue or purple. These color changes help scientists identify substances safely and easily. Now let's learn about neutralization. Neutralization happens when an acid and a base react with each other. During this reaction, the acid becomes less acidic and the base becomes less basic. You can think of it as two opposites balancing each other out. Neutralization also happens in everyday life. For example, when you take medicine for heartburn or stomach acid, the medicine helps to neutralize the extra acid in your stomach. Now let's look at the pH scale simulation. On the left, we can see the pH scale, and at the top, there is a drop-down box used to test different substances. We use the top tap to fill the tank with water. Notice that the pH scale shows a value of 7. This tells us that water is neutral. The bottom tap is used to drain the solution before testing another substance. Now let's test battery acid. Look at how low the pH value is on the scale. This shows that battery acid is a strong acid. Now let's test hand soap. The pH value moves to the base side of the scale, showing that soap is a strong base. Let's recap what we learned today. We learned about acids, bases, and neutral substances. Acids have a low pH value and usually taste sour, while bases have a high pH value and feel slippery. Neutral substances are neither acids nor bases and have a pH value of 7. We also learned about indicators such as litmus paper, which change color to help scientists identify substances. Lastly, we learned that neutralization happens when an acid and a base react with each other. In the next lesson, we will learn about oxidation, pH values, and general reactions. Don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell. See you in the next lesson.